Alright guys, alright, we called it. Yeah, we called it about a month ago. I think it was when 3.8 first came out. I was on Cobra's stream and I said to him, 4.0 will be for something important. They're going to rename 3.10 and 3.11. I called it months ago. We were right. They've done it. So guys, in case you're not familiar, they have just updated the roadmap. 4.0 has been renamed to 3.10. 4.1 is now 3.11. Guys, 4.0, I'm telling you now, it's going to be Pyro. When we leave for the Pyro system, it's going to be 4.0. But let's jump into it. So let's break down enough gloating. Let's break down what's happened on the roadmap. So, naming conventions have updated for some quarterly patches. Patch 2.0 introduced a universe, while 3.0 introduced explorable planet bodies. So it makes sense that 4.0 will reserve for similar landmark moments, such as heading to a new system. For this reason, Alpha 4.1 and 4.0 have been renamed to Alpha 3.10 and 3.11 respectively. Bump. NPC scheduler. As time has passed, the work needed for this card has changed and grown. The original approach to these tasks will need to be adjusted to accommodate those changes. We've removed this card from the roadmap for the time being and are planning to reintroduce it in a new series of new cards and upcoming column. So 3.12 or 4.0. Shield replacement tech, which is a bummer. I really was looking forward to this. Additional VFX work is needed on task on this card. The VFX team does not have the bandwidth to complete those tasks within the current timeline. We've temporarily removed this card from the roadmap until we are able to determine exactly where it will fall on our schedule. Hopefully that's going to be 3.11. I would like to see that in 3.11 here. I really would. I want to see that. FPS realistic weapon handling. The scope of this tasks involved this card has been increased. The scope of this tasks involved in this card has increased. We've adjusted the deadline to give the team ample time to complete those tasks up to standard. We temporarily remove this card from the roadmap until we're able to determine exactly where it falls on our schedule. Ocean shader improvements. This card has been added to Alpha 3.10 column and has been marked as polishing. So not only is it done, or not only is it new, but it's done. Adding support for in-game oceans to react to flares and local lights using screen ship and ice map refraction. Upgrades shading to include a physical component and subsurface scattering them. The new shader features to enhance the realism of oceans with improved fraction and additional detail layers. I think that's waves. That's what I'm thinking. It's waves. I think that's waves for the ocean, to be honest. We know they have oceans and we know they have water. Sorry, we know they have wind. I think what they're doing is they're going to work it out so that when it's windy, you have ocean waves. You'll have wave-like caps on the water. Images have been added to the following cards. So they've updated the images for the Lightning Bolt Eklog Sniper Rifle, the Lightning Bolt Electronic Pistol, the Sledge Mass Driver Revision, and the Mission Giver for Eddie Parr. The following cards have moved into polishing: FPS Cover Version 1, FPS Combat Weapons Type. So we've lost 3 and we've gained 1, but those 3 that we lost, 2 of them might be on the roadmap still at a later date. And the third one that we've lost, I think is going to be a 3.12 or 4, depending when we go to, yeah, probably 3.12. I can't see us going to Pyro. Probably this year, to be honest. I think it's going to be an early next year thing. Considering we still don't have Crusader. So you would think that's more important than going to Pyro. But the roadmap itself, 3.10, obviously Mission Giver Eddie Parr is 39 out of 50. For locations, we have 2 of those. We have the New Babbage Shop Editions. They're 11 out of 23. And Grimp Hex Improvements is 41 out of 65. AI, we have FPS Combat Weapon Types, and we have FPS Cover Usage version 1. Both are polishing, which is really, really cool. They're really nailing that AI down, which is great. Gameplay, we have 7 entries. We have Elevator Panels Updates, which is still listed as schedule. New Targeting Mythology, which is 14 out of 17. We have Body Dragging, which is 13 out of 20. We have High Speed Combat, which is 9 out of 10. We have Ship HUD Rework, which is 2 out of 8. Law Systems version 2 Surrender, which is 3 out of 6. Rework Area for Restricted, Rework Area, sorry, which is 8 out of 12. Ships and Vehicles. We have 2 out of 10 for the Cutlass Blue. The Origin M50 Improvements is 0 out of 8. Weapons and Items. Lightning Bolt Sniper Rifle is 17 out of 25. The Ballistic SMG is 18 out of 26. The Electronic Pistol is 16 out of 26. The Sledge Mass Drivers is 21 out of 30. Now, we have the Ocean Shader, which is the new one, which is polishing already. And we have the Height Map Improvements, which is 1 out of 17. I have a funny feeling that's actually more done than what it's claiming, mainly because they've shown that off a little bit. So I would expect that 1 out of 17 to be a bit of an understatement when it comes to that. As for 3.10, it's looking pretty good. A lot of stuff is already starting to get polished, or getting towards the end. Like, for example, even if you go, like, for example, Body Dragging, 13 out of 20. And it sounds like it's over halfway, which is great. But you got to remember, too, not every time. Like, for example, out of that 20, 18 or so is normally when it gets put into the PTU. There's normally 1 or 2 things that need to be checked off when it's in the PTU phase. So technically, it's actually 13 out of 18, for example. So there's only really 5 before that can get put into the PTU. And then they just have to check it off. So like I say, even that as an example. And then we got stuff like 14 out of 17. We got polishing for both AI. New Babbage is 11 out of 23. They are, considering this patch is still, what are we in, May? So January, February, March, April, May, June. So June. So we've still got like a month and a half. So it's actually looking pretty good. Looks like they might actually make that one too. Considering, especially at the moment with the global financial situation that we have, obviously it looks like the working from home hasn't slowed them down too much, which is great. 3.11. Now we obviously have the refinery deck space station, which is listed as schedule. We're not expecting a lot of this to be done yet. Space station cargo deck, which is 10 out of 17. AI, we have ship AI, hazard awareness and avoidance, which is listed as schedule. FPS combat improvements and polishing, which is schedule. Improved throw, which is 6 out of 10. Objects push and pull, which is obviously great. That's like pushing and pulling like cars or carts or something like that. That's listed as schedule. Missile operator mode, listed as schedule. Docking, which is listed as schedule. Death animation improvements is schedule. Mercury Star Runner is 9 out of 99. I'm really looking forward to getting my Star Runner. The Great Cat multi-tool cutting attachment, that is listed as schedule. The grenade launcher, which is 17 out of 31. The server to client actor network rework is 1 out of 3. That needs to get done. That rework needs to be done. That is really something that is really, really hampering Star Citizen, especially when it comes to things like Star Marine and stuff like that. Also, you got to remember too, 3.10, rumor is persistence. So that is also something that's not on the card that they also have been working on. And we are supposedly getting that in June, from what I've been hearing. They did say that they have gone through and they were in the final testing phase. And interesting enough, for persistence, the new bugs that we had seems, if I'm able to read between the lines, like a lot of that was to do with the iCache. which they actually specifically mentioned. So that is them, I think. If I had to guess, I don't work for CIG, but if I'm guessing, I'm saying that's them wiring up the iCache, and that's what caused some of the bugs. But hey, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, CIG. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Apart from that, guys, yeah, look, I'm really happy with 3.10. I'm a little bit disappointed that we're going to lose the shield tech for now. NPC scheduler, I'm a little bit sad over. Realistic weapon handling, I'm a little bit sad over. The ocean shader improvements, look, it's here nor there. It's probably needed for Squadron 42, so I get that. And it's probably something that they could do easy. It was probably like they literally added it and got it checked off within a week. So it was probably something that was simple. So that's probably why that's been put there and the other three have been removed. But apart from that, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Look, 3.10, I'm still looking forward to. I really want to see the body dragging. I want to see this high-speed combat because at the moment it is very much like jousting back and forwards. Ship HUD rework, I'm looking forward to. There's also no mention of Mobi-Glass rework, which I hear rumours might be coming in 3.10. Once again, don't work for CIG, don't correct me. But I think Disco was saying in Star Citizen Live about it coming in the next patch, I think. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are you keen for? Personally, I like 3.10. I like 3.11 because of the Star Runner. But yeah, I really want to see Orison. I really want to see Crusader. Let's get this Stanton system done. Because at the moment, prison gameplay really has been hampering the FPS and PvP sort of aspects. I'm going to make a video about that probably tomorrow when I have the day off work. But yeah, at the moment, prisons really are sort of killing PvE and both FPS and ship-to-ship combat. But yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.